Hello, it's Jonathan Cunningham here, and in the next 5 to 10 minutes I'm just going to give you a brief overview of your role as a maintenance or handyman here at Rosebank. It is a critical role to keep this home well and safe, and the range of jobs can be completely varied, from fixing taps to doors all the way through to plugs and sort of minor electrical. So really in the next few minutes I'm just going to show you the standard required, and if there's any questions or problems then please inform myself or indeed Jill, the care manager. First and foremost, it's about keeping yourself safe. We have a home here with obviously people who have vulnerabilities, and we've got to make sure they are safe. So everything we do must be risk assessed. If we're working in corridors or public areas, then it must be barriered off. So first and foremost is you've got to keep our residents safe, yourself safe, and the rest of our staff. So please do not take any risks, particularly if you're climbing ladders. We only climb really to about 2 meters, nothing higher than that. Anything higher than that we're required to bring in other platforms, cherry pickers outside and the like. So please keep yourself safe. So we're just here in the back garden, as you can see. It's a great facility. We've got the shed here where the tools are stored, and of course the rear gable end of the home. You've got to keep it tidy, so I expect all areas, as you can see there, the sort of recycling zones, all of this to be kept nice and clean. In between all the flags here, these to be periodically jet washed so they're nice and clean. The stones brushed so that they don't form a trip hazard. And in the summer months particularly, when I expect the grass to be certainly mowed maybe once a week, so we keep on top of it, and we certainly like the grass to look as if it has been mowed using our mower. Also, just at the side you can see here, just by the decking, this to be trimmed. So it's little attention to detail like that which is absolutely critical. Please also look after the rabbits, make sure they're fed, they're changed and regularly watered. Just as we walk around here, the tables at the moment are nicely stacked. In some months I would expect to see the umbrellas out and the brollies out, so that make the best of the warm weather. Also we've got sort of grit salt on standby, and just underneath this is the smoking area for the residents and the staff. Just make sure that all of here is continually kept tidy. Just about to go now into the maintenance shed, and as you can see behind, we've got to keep it tidy. I'm going to say probably tidier than this, but yeah, this is a place that can be potentially hazardous to yourself and anyone else who's entering. So at all times making sure there is a floor which is safe to stand on, so we're not stepping over things, and that things all have their right place and are continually sort of tidied. So in here is important. So we have cosh, a cosh cupboard with a cosh register over in the corner of the room, and if there's anything which we can get rid of to the tip, then please do that. Please keep on top of consumables. If there's additional things that we need to order in terms of screws and things like that and light bulbs, and please let us know. I've just brought you down to the on the sides of the building, not the prettiest, and luckily there's very few windows on this side, but I'm just showing you one of the ladders. We've got 3 main ladders here at Rosebank. They fit into and enter into a ladder register, so please make sure they're periodically checked and also signed off. We've got the rear fire escape here. This is to be routinely washed, probably just with a brush and a bit of soap and water, just to make sure that we don't have any build-up of algae or indeed dirt. So you can see the patio here. The only downside about patios is they do build up a lot of dirt, so please keep the jet wash on this, and this certainly is nice and gleaming. And you can see also the build up a bit of moss here. That needs to be routinely removed. Just moving along the path here, making sure that at all times, you can just see along the join between the floor and the walls, is that the weeds are removed. That's absolutely critical for us. Here we've got the sump, so this little grid here is the sump. This protects the basement. Please make sure that every day you're in that is checked and we have no build-up whatsoever of leaves on that. That is absolutely imperative for the home. In the past, on 2 separate occasions, the whole basement has flooded in extreme downpours of rain, when the grids here can overflow, cascade down these steps, and it means then it completely backs up. So please make sure that, and that pump must be tested once a week. We're just to the bin store now. We're at the front of the building. The points I just want to make here is that the first task of the day when you start your duty is to make sure that this place is absolutely immaculate. It is front of house, so I expect the steps, if required, to be brushed. Stones which can become dislodged to be put back into the beds, and if there's any litter overnight, you get all sorts of people sort of passing the home and depositing cans and all sorts. Make sure we pick up all litter so that it is a really good front of house. Also, I just want to highlight that there's a number of places which routinely need to be brushed because there's leaf build up, and so we give this a good brush, as you would expect. Also, sort of once a week, I expect the emergency box. This here, this is the emergency response kit. This is in the event we have to evacuate. Everything in there is checked in terms of blankets, high vis, hard hats, and clipboards and things like that. So that needs to be certainly dusted down and inspected once a week. Please make sure also that is recorded. So the front of house is important. Also the porch as well, which also needs to be looked at. So that just gives you an idea of the front of the building. Just around the side, I know in the previous video that we've shown here, if there is bulk items, then the bulk items are to be kept and stored between the gate and the bin itself, and that's because when you look out of a window you can't actually see then the bulky items. So if there's any cardboard, things like that, they are stored here, which is out of line of sight from some of the windows in the home. So it's about making sure that aesthetically the home looks good. If someone looks out a window, they're not looking onto bulk items ready for the tip, and that's really important. It's all about presentation. It's all about making sure that we've got a truly brilliant and outstanding home.